Hello everyone, let us discuss the outline summary of the famous romantic play Romeo and Juliet, particularly the balcony scene. The balcony scene is crucial as it marks the deepening of Romeo and Juliet's relationship, moving from infatuation to sincere and profound love. Their exchange of vows demonstrates their commitment to each other, setting the stage for the ensuing events of the play. Hence, the balcony scene in the Romeo-Juliet play is very important. Let's move on to the brief introduction about William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare, an English playwright and poet from the late 16th and early 17th centuries, is widely regarded as one of the greatest writers in the English language, known for his profound influence on literature and drama. About the play, Romeo&Juliet has written around 1595. There is no need of introduction for this romantic play. Is a tragic love story set in Verona, Italy, detailing the intense and ill-fated romance between two young lovers from feuding families, the Montagues and the Capulets. About the scene, the balcony scene in Act 2, Scene 2 is one of the most iconic moments in the play, where Romeo secretly visits Juliet at her family's home and they exchange heartfelt oaths of love and commitment. Moving on to the importance of the scene, the balcony scene is pivotal as it deepens the protagonist relationship, highlights key themes of love, fate, and sets the stage for the subsequent events that drive the tragic narrative forward. Coming on to the outline summary of the balcony scene, it starts with the Romeo's soliloquy. Romeo sneaks into the Capulet orchard, risking his life to see Juliet again. He hides beneath Juliet's balcony, captivated by her beauty. He, gazing at Juliet, compares her to the sun and admires her radiance and beauty. Here goes the Juliet's soliloquy. Juliet steps on to her balcony, unaware of Romeo's presence below. She speaks her thoughts aloud, expressing her love for Romeo despite his Montague identity. Juliet laments the feud between their families, and she questions why names should matter when their love is so strong. It is all about Juliet's soliloquy. And moving on to the conversation between the lovers. The lovers exchange vows. Romeo, unable to contain himself, reveals his presence and speaks to Juliet. They exchange vows of love, professing their deep feeling for each other. Romeo swears by the moon, but Juliet urges him to swear by something more constant. So as a woman, she would like to get the strong and constant promise towards his love. Coming to the plans for marriage, Juliet expresses concern about the sincerity and haste of their feelings. Also, they discuss the seriousness of their love and decide to marry the next day. Hence, their conversation is interrupted by Juliet's nurse calling her inside. And back to the conversation again. Romeo's departure, they reluctantly say goodbye, promising to send messages that the next day to arrange their marriage. Romeo leaves the orchard filled with hope and excitement for their future together. Both lovers are elated despite the challenges they know they will face. So that's all about the balcony scene. Here goes the mind map, where it talks about the sequence of the scene. The balcony scene starts with Romeo's soliloquy, followed by Juliet's soliloquy, and both the lovers, they exchange the vows, and they had a plan for their marriage, and Romeo was departing, and the promises remains the same, and Romeo is expecting, both Romeo and Juliet, they were expecting their wedding for the next day. Coming on to the short outline of the balcony scene. Romeo sneaks into the Capulet orchard to see Juliet after their initial meeting. Hidden beneath her balcony, he admires her beauty and compares her to the sun. And in the meantime, Juliet appears on the balcony, unaware of Romeo's presence, and expresses her love for him. Also, she laments the feud between their families and wishes Romeo could abandon his Montague name. And Romeo reveals himself, and after a brief surprise, they begin exchanging vows of love, and Juliet urges Romeo to swear by something more constant than the moon to prove his sincerity. The discussion abrupted because of the nurse. About the interruption is over, and followed by the discussion on their wedding date of the next day. They discuss the seriousness and depth of their feeling despite the rapid development of their relationship. Also, as I said earlier, they had an interruption by Juliet's nurse, and she was calling Juliet inside. Hence, Juliet returns back to bid Romeo goodnight, and they reluctantly part with plans to marry the next day. Coming on to the final part, both lovers are filled with hope and excitement for their future together, despite the challenges posed by their feuding families. That's all about the outline summary. Here goes the key points. This will help you to remember the entire summary of the Romeo-Juliet's balcony scene. And coming on to the study questions, the 2 mark questions and the essay questions will help you to prepare your exams, and that's all about the discussion right here. Thank you all for your patient listening. Thank you.